If you're not using stories in your lessons, you should start doing it now. Are disgusting. Saturday chores. My family and I are all busy, just having a discussion. And then your students are learning vocab. Wow, my dad is vacuuming. Because do they know what chores mean? You don't really have to teach that in any other form. It's just a story. We're just having a discussion. And we are now learning some grammar. I hate it so much. Stop. Once again, we can teach the word cutlery. Maybe they don't know it, right? Household chores. Hello, my fellow teachers. Today, I would like to focus on household chores. Yes, this is one of the topics that we as ESL teachers cover during our ESL lessons with our ESL students. Lots of ESLs there, but that's fine. Okay, so household chores is one of these topics. And the way I like to teach my students is, how do I do it? I basically like to first jump into a story. Why do I like to introduce stories first in my lesson and then carry on with the rest of the activities? It's because story in itself is not like this heavy teaching thing. Story in itself is something that is magical, something that is supposed to be entertaining, something that is supposed to be engaging. So your students are not going to see this as a teaching thing or something that they're supposed to learn. This is just something they're supposed to just listen to and watch. So then there's this pressure of like, I don't know, performing just goes away. And then what your students are focusing on is the characters, what the characters are saying, what the situation is. And this is really amazing because it takes the pressure off the students. It takes the pressure off the teacher as well. The teacher is having fun. And so that's why I love using stories as the first part of my teaching during a lesson. So that's what I love to do. And today we're going to focus on Saturday chores. Yeah, Saturday chores. First, obviously, it's not like I'm going to jump in straight into the topic. Like, let's have a story about Saturday chores. Question is, do they know what chores mean? If you're just introducing it, it probably means they don't really know what chores are. So a good way to really start this is like ask, do you know what chores are, guys? Do you know what they are? And then you can say like, okay, so at home, let's say if you eat dinner and then all the plates and all the dishes are dirty, what do we need to do with the dishes? We need to clean the dishes. What is it? It's a chore. It's a household chore. Washing the dishes is a household chore. What's another way of saying wash the dishes? You can say washing up. That's right. Wash up is the same as washing the dishes. Of course, nowadays we have a dishwasher. Okay. So a household chore would be to load the dishwasher. So to put the dirty dishes in the dishwasher. And that's loading the dishwasher. And then once the dishes are nice and clean, what do? We unload the dishwasher. That's another household chore. Do you do it? You can have a discussion here with your students about their household chores. And even if they don't really know the words yet, maybe they don't know the vacuuming or they don't know the dusting, that is possible. But I'm sure that at this point, because like this story is more for like A2 level, I'm sure that your students are going to be able to explain to you what they mean. And then you as a teacher will be able to tell them what that chore is called. And that's it. And that's where learning happens. You're just having a discussion. And then your students are learning vocab. Wow, really great. And so then after they're having that intro, after them having a basic understanding of what this means, we can dive into the story. Let's begin. Oh, wow, this is our first slide. Who do we have here? Here we have a girl in her bedroom. The girl's in the bedroom, and then she's like, ee! She's saying hello, right? Hi, everyone. Yeah, so she's just saying hello to everyone. I want to tell you what we do on Saturdays. Exciting, huh? Not sure. You can ask them like if your students are excited about hearing what she wants to say. Not sure about that. But yes, she wants to share what she does on Saturdays. Once again, you may want to continue, but if you have a good relationship with your students and if your students are really up for a little chat, you can ask them like, okay, so what do you do on Saturday? Do you just chill? Do you sleep until 10? Or do you go to the cinema? Like, what do you do on Saturdays? I mean, very often, and you can also say that very often people do household chores on Saturday. And what I mean by this is like they clean the house, right? They clean the whole house. Okay, so what does she do on Saturday? Let's dig in. On Saturday, we do a lot of things. Things we like, things we don't mind. It's okay, right? We don't mind them. And things we hate, right? So there's like a multitude of things. So there's like things we like, things we don't mind, and things we hate. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of emotions. And here what I added is like these little lights. Okay, so green means I like it. Yellow means I don't mind it, it's okay. And red means I hate. Okay, so let's go. In the morning, my family and I are all busy. And what does it say? Teamwork. So they work together on Saturday. And what does that mean exactly? Let's go. Right now, my dad is vacuuming the living room. He doesn't mind vacuuming. He says it is relaxing. So he doesn't mind it. He's fine with it. It's not like he likes it. He doesn't like it, but he doesn't mind it. Okay, so he's like, yeah, I have to vacuum. So yeah, I'll do it. So he doesn't mind it. And so now you can ask your students what they think about vacuuming. Okay, so what about you? Do you like vacuuming? Do you not mind vacuuming, or do you hate vacuuming? And they can say, oh, I like vacuuming, I don't mind vacuuming, and I hate vacuuming. And what is really cool is like, we're actually now teaching a bit of grammar that after like, don't mind, and hate, we have ing form of the verb, right? And we don't really have to teach that in any other form. It's just a story. We're just having a discussion, and we are now learning some grammar, which is great. And I love that. Oh, something happened. Looks like she's floating. Okay. I'm setting the table for breakfast. I actually like setting the table because I like to help. What does it mean to set the table for breakfast? What does it mean? You can ask your student, what does it mean? Yes, okay, so you put the plates on the table, you put the cutlery on the table, you put the mugs on the table. That's what setting the table is. And she likes to help, so she likes setting the table in the morning. Do you like setting the table? Or maybe you hate setting the table, or maybe you don't mind setting the table. Ask your students to answer that question. After breakfast, I wash the dishes. Okay, do you remember what is another way of saying wash the dishes? Wash up. Yes, washing up, right. I hate it so much. Okay, so she hates washing up. All those dirty dishes are disgusting. My sister's plate and mug are usually so filthy. So filthy is another way of saying dirty, very dirty, filthy, yuck. So she hates washing the dishes, but she likes setting the table. I actually would say that, like, since she's setting the table, somebody else should actually do the dishes. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, I said do the dishes. So you can wash the dishes, you can do the dishes, and you can wash up. Wow, you can teach your students more vocabs. Next, my little sister, Emma, so this Emma looks like she's not very happy, is taking out the rubbish. So we have rubbish here. She hates it. She always makes funny faces like this when she does it. So she hates taking the rubbish out. She hates it. What about you? You can ask your students how they feel about taking out the rubbish. Maybe they don't do it. Because it is possible that girls don't do it. Usually, I don't know, for some reason, if there's a boy and a girl, I mean, like kids, is the boy's responsibility to take out the rubbish. I don't know why that is, but like, I don't know. Is that so? Or am I just paranoid? But for me, it's not a big problem. I don't mind taking out the rubbish at all. It's quick and easy. So it looks like she prefers taking out the rubbish to washing the dishes. Maybe she should actually speak to her sister. What do you think? Because if it is possible that maybe her sister will like washing the dishes more than taking out the rubbish. And so maybe they should swap. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. And then you can also explain the word swap to your students, right? So like, let's say if she is washing the dishes and she hates it, and Emma, her sister, is taking out the rubbish and she hates it, so they should swap. So she should always take out the rubbish, and Emma, her sister, should always wash the dishes. Of course, under condition that Emma, her sister, likes washing the dishes, which we don't know at this point. But you should ask, they should talk, they should have a conversation, should they? And once again, you can have a conversation with your students. You can ask them, okay, do you talk with your sister or brother, your sibling, whatever, about like who's doing what? Or is it like your parents tell you who's doing what? It's also a great moment for discussion. In the afternoon, my older brother, okay, so she's got a brother as well, Alex, is ironing. He likes doing it, really. He says it is relaxing and he can watch more TV. So he likes ironing, which is great, right? Mom doesn't have to iron, dad doesn't have to iron, and sisters don't have to iron. Big brother does, and he actually likes it. Really cool. It's a win-win situation, I would say. And I feed my fish, the cat. Okay, so what do we have? Where's the fish? Where's the fish? Oh my goodness, do I see fish anywhere? I don't see the fish. Probably the fish is behind that. I don't know, I don't see the fish. Ah, they're gone. Maybe if you end up in a situation like this, which is possible, right? You don't always remember everything. You don't always remember the whole story. what you can do is you can then ask your students to try and find the fishies. If they cannot find, they can say, oh, maybe somebody stole fish. I mean, because, it's really just about like making the story a story. Even if you end up in a situation where like, I don't know where something is, then you can put the responsibility on the students, and even you can make up the new story like, the fishes are gone. Maybe somebody took the fish. Who could have done it, right? And then you can have a discussion. So really, you can be creative with that. So, and I feed my fish. Okay, so she's got some fishes. I don't know where they are. The cats, so we can see the cat, like here. The 2 guinea pigs. We have 2 guinea pigs here. And the parrot. I don't mind doing it because I love my pets. And then you can ask your students if they have pets and if they like feeding their pets, what kind of pets they have, and you can have a whole discussion about it. And do you know the fun part about it? There's communication in English. And I really do not understand why so many teachers do not decide to have stories in their lessons, because I feel like this is such an amazing tool to have a conversation, that is a meaningful one, not one like where like just like I sit down like, okay, what kind of animals do you have? I mean, I can do that, but it's just without context. I'm just like interrogating them. But within the context of the story, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because we are seeing an experience of this girl. We're seeing her experiences, her day, and then we are trying to also ask our students about their personal lives. Something that is in here, something that relates to the story. And this is really amazing. And we are having actual exposure to English words, sentence structures, grammar, and everything else. And everything is so relaxed. Really, I love it. And I really like, if you're not using stories in your lessons, you should start doing it now, because this is an amazing tool. Later in the day, we all help out mom with dinner. And so we're talking about their real exposure to sentences. You know what I mean? It's not a worksheet. It's a story. Yeah, I love it. I just get passionate about it. So later in the day, we all help out mom with dinner. Okay, so there's mom. I'm just like thinking, looks like mom did not do much. That was what? Now you can have a recap. That was vacuuming. And we're using simple past. I mean, it's not like past continuous. That was vacuuming. The girl, the main character, she was what? She was setting the table. She was washing the dishes. Sister Emma was taking out the rubbish, and brother was ironing. Mom was not really doing much, and it seems like, ooh, they're helping mom. It's kind of funny. What was mom doing the whole time, right? We can have a discussion here as well. Mom is cooking in the kitchen, and she likes it a lot. She loves cooking. She's making spaghetti, yum. So when you like something a lot, you can say, I love it, right? And so it looks like she loves cooking, and she loves making spaghetti. Do you like spaghetti? Do you like cooking? Does your mom like cooking? Does your dad like cooking? You can have a discussion with your students. Once again, my dad is setting the table this time. Once again, okay, where's mom? So mom is just cooking? Not much, right? My dad is setting, of course, I'm just joking. My dad is setting the table this time, and he doesn't mind it because he loves to help out. So he doesn't mind setting the table. So he's setting the table for dinner, right? So he's putting the plates on the table, the mugs on the table, the cutlery on the table, so forks, knives, spoons, and all that stuff. Once again, we can teach the word cutlery. Maybe they don't know it, right? Yep. Emma is making a salad. Okay, so mom actually made some spaghetti, and Emma is making salad. She hates cutting vegetables. Looks like she hates everything. Maybe no. Okay, let's not go that far, right? She just hates taking out the rubbish and cutting vegetables. I'm sure there are some things she likes doing. I'm sure. You can ask your students, like, what chore do you think she likes doing? And they could answer, right? Once again, you give the power to your students. You let them feel the language. You let them use the language in a relaxed atmosphere without being judged or anything. We're just talking about the story. It's not about them performing, right? It's just about talking about the story. That's it. And then we eat. Oh my goodness, I'm really hungry. What about you? So we have some yummy spaghetti. So spaghetti for 5 people, because we have mom, dad, older brother, the main character. So that's a older sister and younger sister, right? Younger sister's name is Emma. After dinner, we just chill. Chill means relax. How about you? How does your Saturday look? And now your students can, I know that you've already asked them, like, okay, so do you do this? Do you like this? Da, 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 da. But why not have a recap? Why not just like ask, like, okay, Tim, okay, can you tell me like what you do on Saturday? What are your chores? Maybe they don't do chores on Saturday. And then you can ask, like, when do you do your chores? What are your chores? All of them, right? Which ones do you like doing? Which ones do you not like doing? So that's like pretty much what it is. And once again, you can have a discussion. And it's so great. I'm not going to repeat myself, but you have to use stories. If you'd like to get a copy of that story, you can go to our TPT store. And this is not the only story that I have there. I have lots of stories. I love writing stories for my ESL students, and they are really powerful and they do have an impact. I don't even know what to say. Obviously, I write the stories, but I really believe in the magic of the stories and how much they bring into the lesson. Okay, so that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed today's story. I hope you're going to use one of these stories, if not mine, but anybody else's. Just use stories in your lessons and let me know how it went. If you would like to get any tips on like how to do it right, how to do it well, let us know in the comments down below. Happy teaching, my fellow teachers. Bye.